Hello, Dr. P here. Welcome to our 56th episode of Synergy Tuesday. Yes, our 56th episode. In today's episode, we will discuss transition. Yes, transition. During these challenging times with COVID 19, we have to make transition. The biggest transition is our mental transition. You know, we hear about all the new normals and all the things we have to adapt to, and that requires a mental transition, not only in lifestyle, but for many of us, careers. You know, unemployment is at an all-time high. We're going into uncharted territory. And so how do we overcome that? And in transition, sometimes it requires some level of creativity, meaning you're going into new uncharted territory and things you've never done before. And so that's want to take a few minutes and spend some time discussing, tidbits on how to, begin to be creative and transition and allow your creative juices to get there. You know, sometimes it's not as difficult as you would think. Sometimes now this gives us an opportunity to think about, what is it I really would like to do? For many of us who are being in certain careers for a long period of time, how can I take some of what I've learned and done and apply to something new? You know, one of the things I've learned and through my professional career and through with great mentoring is as you transition or going to something different, have a baseline. So how about 50, 60% of the knowledge and experience you have and apply to something that you're transitioning to. So don't go into something totally new. Now, if that's all that's available, that's what you have to do. Don't get me wrong. But hopefully you can identify something that's transferable in your skill and you enjoy doing. You know, I go back and think as a youngster, as a young man growing up, what I enjoyed doing. What was my first job? What is the thing I enjoyed doing when I started my career? What I did before what we call so-called career transitioning. And you know what I enjoyed doing? When I was younger, I actually organized basketball tournaments, events, and in doing that, I had some of the neighboring kids come in, and what I did was I was actually a packing boy. So I went and I packed groceries on the weekend for a place called Portion Control in the Bahamas. It's like a wholesale clothes. So the U.S. is like Sam's, and so what it was, you buy wholesale, and so I packed those stuff away and loaded and made my tips. That's what I made. So my goal was to make enough money to buy a basketball goal, and then I bought a guy in to help me build up the what we call our utility poles or alarm pole where the lights hang on the streets, but in our neighborhood. And I was able to have a guy construct that for me. And in doing that, I said, you know what? I'm gonna get some guys to come in, and they paid it was a nickel or a dime to come and be a part of my basketball tournaments we did on Saturdays. And then I actually we call icicles or ice or baggies. And what it is we mix up Kool-Aid. For some of you familiar with Kool-Aid, but anyhow, and you mix it, you put it in a bag, and you put it in the refrigerator. It freezes up because in the Bahamas it got pretty warm, and so and I would sell. So I always had an entrepreneurial spirit, and in doing that, and I even actually also in addition to that, I carved out little holes in the yard, and I used to work on golf courses collecting golf balls, and I was able to get some used golf balls and golf clubs, and I actually had putting contests, a little 8 hole, and had a fee for that. So I was always into organizing and developing and as and create a business out of it. And a lot of things I do now, with my Mind Trotters, my teaching, my coaching company, Gym Time, who's my sports management group, and my prep school. So I always had an entrepreneurial spirit and trying to help each other and others. My point is, you always have to transition into something. So I found early the things I enjoy doing to be effective. And it's not so much with making the most money, it's having the joy and spending time with family and friends. And that's always been important to me. And I think as you go into transition, spending time with family and friends and your loved ones, it would allow you to help fester that and find the things that allow you to be successful and transitioning into something that allow you to have a better quality of life. And so use that as an opportunity and so get creative in what that looks like. And it may be being an entrepreneur, and maybe going into a career field or line of work that allows you to work from home or whatever it may be. But find that thing that'll give you that early and transition to that mentally. We have to find a way to transition into that to allow us to be successful. One of the beautiful things about this it helped me to spend time with my wife and just finding out things that allows us to grow and be successful in what we do and try to figure things out. And you're good and you're bad and all those different things. And so for each of us, it's challenging. There's no pretty way to go about it, and you find out a lot of things that you don't like about each other and you do like. But the bottom line is being creative and knowing that you have to transition. And again, like I said, go into something that you can bring some level of experience and knowledge into that new field, whatever that may be, as an entrepreneur, as a new career field, a career path. Spend some time thinking about that. But you decide to really find out and do what you really enjoy doing, what you really enjoy doing, what you love doing, because that will carry you through and it will help you. And it wouldn't be about so much about the what you make, but it's how what you make out of it. Okay. And so listen, I enjoy spending some time speaking to you about discussing rather, transitioning, being creative, and how you do that, and just finding you in this whole process. Find you and enjoy family and time. And until then, my friends, you keep trotting and never give up on your pursuit of success. Bye bye now.